Hi, this is Ronnie and welcome to my channel and to the Scrap 5 Challenge. Today we're going to use geometric shapes, cut files or dies, 4x4 photo or photos, silver and chipboard. And I'm going to be scrapping this picture of my grandson, and yes, it's 4x4 and I'm only going to use one. And I'm going to use all those things you just seen, plus that chipboard, that craft paper, that gingham paper, and that background paper there. These dies, I'm going to use most of them. There's hinges, stars, gears, and I'm going to use those two folders. Well, I think I'm just going to use one. I think one's all I use. One I don't use. And there's the things that I've cut out using the chipboard. And yes, I used raw chipboard. And I'm going to, for my silver, I'm going to emboss it, do some heat embossing. I do have some silver brads over there to the left, so I would have silver that way too, but I decided to heat emboss the chipboard. And there's my silver heat emboss powder, and yeah, it's going to take me a few minutes to get them all. And then I give up on the little teeny tiny one. I couldn't figure out how to hold it. And so I lay it on that Tim Holtz mat there, thinking I'd just blow it. Well, I blew a bunch of the powder away too, so I have to clean that up. But I will cut that out. Y'all won't have to watch me clean it all up. But yeah, see how it's flying all over the place? I tried to hold it, but it was so little that I was taking the embossing powder off of it. And I thought, well, I'll just lay it on here and take the heat gun and shoot at it right there. And well, you can see all that embossing powder. But I cleaned it all up. I thought about trying to scrape it all up and put it back in there, but I decided, nah, this stuff has lasted forever. I've had it for years. I think I will probably have it for the rest of my life still. This big old tag, Christina had sent it to me in my Secret Not Secret kit, and I would have loved to use the whole thing, but for my layout today, I didn't need the whole thing. So I was going to cut it, but I thought, well, since this is going to be kind of a rustic layout, I'm not going to cut it after all. I'm just going to go ahead and tear it. And I'm inking everything in the Vintage Photo ink, Distress ink. And I used the wood grain embossing folder on this, and I'm cutting along the edges because I didn't want it really straight since it's supposed to be looking like wood. And I'm just inking, and I'm giving it extra ink on the emboss parts so they'll show up just a little bit better. I'm not inking exactly all of it. I'm leaving some parts not inked just to give it some variety. And I'm going to put it on the top, since it's not 12 inches, I'm going to put it on the top and the bottom here, and then I'm going to put my tag in the middle, because that came out of 8.5 by 11 little pad that I had. And this gingham paper here, the other side's got glitter and everything, and I didn't think I'd ever use it, but I love this gingham, so yeah, I'm going to use it. I inked it all up, and I am just going to put this at an angle there, but I thought about putting some layers of other paper, but I really didn't want to cover it all up since I do like it so well. So I decided to put this trim on it and glue it down and just have it on there just to give it a little something extra and more texture. I did use some washi tape on it because I didn't want it to come undone. And there's the Tim Holtz, I think it's called Gears. I think that's all it's called. No, Steve, that's what it's called. And I'm showing you my geometric shape, which is a circle. And I had taken the embossing folder and embossed the chipboard before I heat embossed it. So it's double embossed. And oh, I put some twine in my tag, and I did put knots on the end of it. I wanted to add just a little bit more texture to it. And I am putting a little bit of foam tape on that, half and on and half off. And I just kind of wanted it over there to the side. And I'm going to add a couple of more of the geometric shapes. There's 4 of them, but I'm only going to add 3. those are that one right now I'm putting on. It's it's an old Sizzix die, one of the red ones, and it's hinges and photo turns. And I'm not going to end up putting any of the photo turns on there. Well, at least I don't think I am. There is one little thing I put on there that I am not sure what it is, but it's about the size of the photo turns anyway. But I'm not sure what it is. I couldn't figure it out. I am putting 2 of the hinges on there, and the little brads that I'm using, I pulled 2 packages out. One had circles and one had squares. And I decided to use the squares. But of course, I turned them where they look more like diamonds instead of squares. I couldn't quite decide what to do with this one down here. And then I finally decided just to tuck it underneath that trim a little bit. And that way it'll be kind of like everything layered, three things layered, 4 things there, 4 things layered. And not sure what I'm doing now. I'm not there. Oh, I decided to get the stuff for my title. And I'm going to put he loved this because he did. He kept going on it. And that was, it's a big place. And there's lots of things for kids to do. And the day we went, there was a lot of people there. I mean, if you're from a big city, you might not have thought it was a lot of people, but I thought it was a lot of people. But they didn't have to stand in line really long for anything because all the kids wanted to check everything out. And so he could go through all this and down and out and then climb up and go again. I had to climb up there to get this picture. Yeah, I had to go up the thing and then go in the thing and all this stuff. But yeah, I got the picture. um, oh, I'm making a banner up here in this corner. I thought it looked kind of empty. And of course, I used the gingham because I do love that brown gingham. And I had to go ahead and use some trim to make it match. And then I thought, what am I going to put up here above that? And I decided to put a lasso up there. And I used my stapler to make sure it's down firmly. But for once, I'm covering my staple up on purpose. And I put that star on top of it. And see that little thing on there? That's what I said. I'm not sure if it's a photo turn or what it is. But I'm going to leave it on my layout. And I think I'm about done. I think I've got the little wood veneer hearts. I'm so used to putting hearts on. Stars to put on there. And I'm going to go ahead and ink them in that vintage photo distress ink too. See that one down there by the T? It looks so white. So I inked it, and then it looked more rustic than the others. So then I had to ink the others too so to match. Yeah, sometimes that happens. So I'm going to ink them all and then glue them down, and then I'll be done with my layout. So be sure to check out below. I will have the links to all the other gals, so you can see what they did with the same 5 items that I had and see what they used them as. But yeah, I have them all on there. I have my 4x4 photo. I have my chipboard. I have my silver. I use dies or cut file. I use dies though. And geometric shape. My mind went blank for a second. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But be sure to check out the other gals' links below. So much inspiration down there. They are so talented. You will love their channels and love what they do. But I'm sure you're already subscribed to them. But see, there's my little hinges with my little brads. And there's my stars, wooden stars. And see that steampunk thing, which, you know, is just gears. And yeah, that's my layout. But thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope you have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.